Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time, we began our journey to Colony 6 by going deeper into Tephra Cave than we ever had before. But in going deeper, we discovered it was an arachno nest. They attacked us in our sleep. We were able to get out alive though, and this time, we're going to be pressing onward through the arachnos, but not before grabbing some item orbs first, of course. Just such a satisfying feeling when you find 4 item orbs that close together and can just grab in rapid succession like that. Feels like you're getting a lot done, as I've said before. And speaking of getting a lot done, we have a quest icon on the map. Up there is a red item orb. What is it? Why, it's the Teddy armor, needed for mementos of a lost son, of course. We already have one of the 3 items Cheryl asked to get of her son. That does it for item orbs in the immediate area, though. That last area just seemed to loop back to where we already were, so how about we head out this way?
What on Bionis are those?
Monsters' egg sacs, I think. But it looks like there are mechon parts inside as well.
Man, what kind of monsters are they?
Probably some type of arachno. Ryan, get back! Ryan! No. If that vision comes true, then Ryan, I've got to find him.
Sound-type monsters will respond to noise. In other words, they will begin attacking you if you are running by them too quickly. Why is it relevant to hear this now? Those egg sacs are responsive to noise even if they don't look it. They will begin hatching if you start running past them. Luckily, it takes a few seconds before enemies start popping out of them, so we can just run through here and hopefully catch up to Ryan.
You things just don't give up, do ya?
Ryan! I've got to hurry. If I can get up there, I should be able to reach him.
This icon is displayed when you can climb up walls and pillars. Let's get over there, climb up to that level, and see if we can catch up to Ryan. This is Villia Lake where that pennant was said to be, but we have more important things to deal with right now. And on that note, I could see some people being critical of Shulk in this situation, not telling Ryan about that vision immediately, but first off, he wasn't even sure if that vision was a dream or not. It didn't seem like something from the Monado at first. How would you bring up something like this? Being able to see glimpses of the future seems like only a good thing at first, but when it's sprung on you like this, that's a huge responsibility to have just out of nowhere. And not only that, it happened really soon after he had that vision. He didn't exactly have a whole lot of time to think it over.
Shulk! Where are ya?
Ryan! Ryan!
There's too many of them! I killed one, and 10 more pop up!
Ryan, no! Not that way! Ryan!
Shulk!
Ryan!
What's this?
The power of the Monado.
Look out! Glad one of us figured out these things would try and ambush. Let's do this, Shulk. Right.
Let's tear him up. Shulk learned a new art, Monado Shield. The party can now have visions of the future. Yeah, did you think that those visions of the future were just going to be confined to cutscenes? Nope, you can actually do that. Whenever there is any kind of great danger ahead, you will see a vision of it. This is called the vision tag. You will see the name of the art, how much time until it is actually going to happen, and how much damage the victim will take. It will also specify if the attack is going to be fatal. The color of the text walls tell you what type of art it is. White is talent, red is physical, blue is ether. After a vision, there's a few things you can do about it. First option is that you can spend 1 block of the party gauge to warn another member of the party. When you do this, you can use one of their arts absolutely free, regardless of cooldown time. There's a lot of possibilities here. You could use one of Ryan's arts to draw the aggro away if Ryan could survive the hit, or you could just simply heal off enough damage to the point where you'd be able to survive the attack. In situations like this, you will have succeeded in changing the future, and you will shatter the vision tag, letting you know that that future will no longer come true. It will then tell you what the new future will be. When faced with a Talon art, another option for changing the future is using Monato's shield. This will block Talon arts. If you are controlling Ryan, you can go over and warn Shulk, and the Monato arts will be available to you just as any other would be, so don't worry about the talent gauge not being full or about needing to control Shulk to do this. This is how battles are going to be from here on out. You're going to be fighting very powerful enemies you normally couldn't take on, being given small glimpses of the future, and using that knowledge to tip it in your favor. Congratulations, now you know why people want Shulk in Super Smash Bros. So bad.
Right, I'll hold off the big ones attached with the Monado. You deal with all the little ones.
It is a Talon art, Arachno Crush 1 on Shulk. We want to use Monato's shield as soon as possible, as it's already going to be a fatal blow for him even at full health. And there we go, we have already changed the future. Smashing, we got the achievement for that. Alright, I want to target the Arachno Queen right off the bat. We are close to getting a chain attack, and I want to build that up as fast as I can just so we can do a lot of damage. There are loads of Arachnos in the area, and you can focus your efforts on those should you want to, but all in all, the Arachno Queen is what we are here to take out. There's also Arachnopods in the area that you want to keep your distance from, as they are sound-type enemies, and they will hatch if you get too close. Alright, almost ready for a chain attack. If I can just build up a little bit more energy, let's hit this Captain Arachno. Lower its physical defense, and let's get in a backslash right here. I need to get over there. There really are so many Arachnos to deal with. And oh, ouch! That web actually inflicted bind on Shulk. Until that passes, I am unable to move, so as of right now, it would not be a good idea to do that chain attack I was building up. Come on, there it goes. Okay, so now I can get away. I want to target the Arachno Queen, and let's do a chain attack.
Here we go.
Alright, let's inflict break. Yo, let's do topple. Get in another attack. And let's start building up a multiplier if we can. There we go.
It's not over yet. I know.
It's not over yet. I know. Every hit of this will get a multiplier on all the enemies around, right? Bug off! Even in times like this, it can have a little bit of humor about itself. Alright. How about with a ×3 multiplier and toppled, we use Monato Buster. Boom! 8,000 damage. And there we go. We have succeeded in changing the future. It did not get off that Arachno Crush on Shulk, nor Ryan. Or its defense, and we actually do have to walk around its legs. It's kind of the thing, because it's a larger enemy, it does take a little bit more time to be able to do that. Now, as you might have noticed, I actually built up the party gauge more during that chain attack, just because of how much I was able to get done during it. That's why I wanted to get behind the enemy before I would use a chain attack, because if I could get off bonus effects during it, such as using backslash from behind, it would boost the party gauge even during a chain attack, letting me use another one very quickly. Using the Queen's Fury, let's see if I can get off break. There we go. Ryan, it'd be really nice if you could follow up with a topple art right now. We've almost taken care of all the Arachno in the room already, just with those area of effect arts that Ryan was using. And let's do backslash! It's done! We have changed the future. Ryan, it is not your time.
Looks like the Monado works on more than just Mechon. I gotta say, that's pretty awesome.
Ryan, I just realized something.
Huh?
The future I see, it isn't set. I think it's more like a warning.
A warning?
Yeah. A warning about what will happen. What will happen if I don't do anything. Or if I can't do anything. So I can use this power to change the future. And that's exactly what I intend to do.
You've got my vote. And if you really can do that, I think Fiora would have liked it too.
Yeah.
Right, let's get moving. We're nearly at the Bionis knee.
And that's that. We get the Queen's Gut Fluid. Sounds appetizing. Okay. Right here we're being taught that the level of Monato's shield dictates the level of talent art that it is able to block. If it is a level 1 art against a level 1 shield, it'll be successfully blocked. But if it's a higher level talent art, we will not be able to stop it. As for another mechanic, we can now use skill links. I think I'd rather show this myself than read what's here, so give me a moment to get into the skills menu. Out of every skill that Shulk can learn, I currently know 2. One is blue and it indicates that it's always active, so we don't need to worry about that one. But this one is orange, Battle Cry. It's a battle party skill. What does that mean? Well, it has to be linked to another party member, and it's only in effect while those 2 party members that are linked are currently in battle together. So if I wanted to equip that, I would go into Ryan's skill links, and I would have to look for a square. Unfortunately, I do not currently have a square unlocked. As you gain more affinity with that character, you can equip more skills between them. By default, you can link 1. When you get to green affinity, you can do 2. The next level is blue, next level is white, next level is pink. That is the maximum, so you do need to gain affinity between characters to do that. However, Shulk happens to have a square right off the bat, so I can link one of Ryan's skills right there. We have Mental Fortitude, which gains physical defense up at the start of a battle with higher level enemies. Not overly the most useful, but it is in effect for 30 seconds, so I'll definitely do that. That costs 2 affinity coins to link, and I gotta say, I don't like the name affinity coins at all. Everyone thinks that affinity coins are forever consumed and that you can never use them again, but that's not the case. As you can see there, I dequipped it and I got my 2 affinity coins back. So they are not always consumed, it's just however many you can have at the moment between the parties. So now that I've linked that, we now will get higher physical defense at a battle with higher level enemies. Now that we got that taken care of, I know that we're almost to the knee, but I want to head back really quick because there are a few brief things I want to take care of that are definitely worth our time. First is something I'm pretty sure you saw coming. This absolutely gorgeous area that we can finally take in is indeed Villia Lake, and we were told that that Defense Force soldier lost his pendant from his girlfriend in this area. And wouldn't you know it, it is right by where all those rocks collapsed that he was talking about. So we have the lost pendant at long last. Let's go deliver that to that Defense Force soldier. Hello. Yeah, that's it. It's my pendant. I'm so grateful. I don't know how to thank you. Well, that's that. He's just like, I don't know how to thank you. Well, that's that. And yeah, he pities us and gives us a reward. We got a quart gear, some money, and some experience. There we go. And we just barely fell short of getting a level up, of course. Now, we've pretty much conquered Tephra Cave at this point. We can go anywhere within it, and because of that, I would like to go back and see those Defense Force soldiers because we had a new quest open up for us, and there was one quest earlier that we could have accepted that I didn't. Those of you hawk-eyed viewers who read the text at the bottom of the screen probably could have seen that. Remember that Defense Force soldier that was worried about his buddy, and his buddy was a complete jerk being like, oh, he can go on worrying? Well, after you do that, he does have a new quest for you. I've got something I'd like you to do. Will you hear me out? What is it? You're really looking down in the dumps. Is something bothering you? We can help you. I want you to collect arachno silk. That stuff can sell for a pretty good price. I've just had my 6th kid. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, having to work 6 times as hard. I'll see that you get a reward. How about it? Okay. That must be a noisy household. Yeah, it's like a madhouse. But seeing my kids' faces really makes me want to work hard. I just want to give them a good life. Aww, well, by work hard, he means guilt people into giving him arachno silk, so we might as well go do that. Okay. Don't let me down. No sweat will be done before you know it. And when Ryan said that, I think he really meant it. Not only because we can trade for this item very easily in Colony 9, but because I can use editing magic to make it go by even quicker. Hahaha. Yeah, seriously, this arachno silk really isn't that valuable. I can trade for it quite easily. There we go. And on that note, back to the Defense Force soldiers. Oh, and on the way to go accept those quests, I actually completed Collection Quest 1 by accident. So there we go. Got both kneecap rocks I needed. So glad I knocked that one out because that is not an easy one. Over by that green door is the next quest I want to take care of. There's a Defense Force soldier standing right over here that's got a quest for us now. He didn't have one for us before. Alright. So something only we can handle. There's some monsters blocking the way ahead. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, understatement of the year right there. Alright, let's do something. Wouldn't be a problem if we could take care of it ourselves, but they're tougher than we expected and we just can't take them down. What do these Defense Force soldiers even do? No wonder the Colonel was always so hard on them. They can't deal with arachnos, just basic arachnos, not even the Queen Arachno. So, seeing as Tephra Cave, I'd say they're the prime suspects. It's just what I didn't want to hear. Let's cut to the chase. So now you know the score. Help us out? Indeed we will. Alright, so we have clearing obstructions. There are multiple objectives here. This is our first instance of there being multiple quest objectives. We have 3 different types of monsters that we need to take out. And if we want to, we can view those anytime by pressing, not that button, crap. By pressing plus whenever we see that icon, that'll take us to clearing obstructions, and we can see that we need to defeat 2 devoted arachnos, 4 resolute, and 3 zealous. Where do you find these? Why, right by Villia Lake, of course. Now, there are a lot of enemies right here. They're all sound type, and they're going to hear us right away if we start attacking one of them. This brings me into something new. When you have a large group of enemies together, you can do this. You can lure enemies away from their groups. This is something that is very good to remember, as fighting large groups of enemies is definitely something you want to avoid whenever you can. It's just really bad in this particular game just because of how much damage can rack up really quickly and how you don't really get much healing. But enough about that. From that last quest, Shulk and Ryan actually leveled up, and Shulk learned a new art, Air Slash. Side attacks inflict slow, and it will always inflict break, so Shulk now has another break art to make up for losing his last one. It was always kind of annoying the fact that he had 2 break arts before, but now he only had 1. You didn't really get to inflict that kind of thing nearly as much. This battle's not going so hot for me, just saying. The thing is, they keep hearing us from across the room and come over to help, so we just end up having to deal with more enemies. Anytime you guys want to stop shouting in the middle of battle, that'd be great. Okay, no, that's not really what it is. Would make sense, though. It's just the fact that we're moving in. Oh, got an achievement, Lucky 7s. You get that when you get exactly 777 damage. It's completely luck-based, and you might go a real long time without getting it, but hey, got it pretty early on here. All right. So, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do here, to be honest. And Ryan got toppled. How do you get toppled by a tiny little spider-type thing? Like, seriously. That is... How does that topple a grown... I know that it's called ankle bite, the art that it used, but still. Okay, well, this gives me a chance to talk about this. If I were to run away from this battle, which I might need to do, I will still get the kill for that one Zealous Arachno. I don't have to stay in battle until the end. I still do get that one kill in my quest log regardless. Let's hightail it out of here with Slow Inflicted. That looks hilarious.
You can do it! Yeah, I'll get stuck back in.
Further down the path where Ryan first got taken, you can find the Resolute Arachnos near these egg sacs. And then lastly, after defeating the Arachno Queen, over by the spring where we were taking a rest, you can find these Devoted Arachnos. If you look at my map, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Shulk gain Underdog, agility up at the start of a battle with higher level enemies. Let's see if I can actually equip that. Indeed I can. Alright. So when Shulk and Ryan are together, I will get physical defense and agility up if I'm battling a higher level enemy. Granted, I am kind of over leveled though, so I'm not really sure how much of a help that's going to be in this area, but who knows, maybe in the future. Alright. Let's take out the second Devoted Arachno, and let's end this. And there we go. We have all those quests taken care of. Got Bleed Defense 3 gem. Got that taken care of. We got a silver chest at the same time. It looked like its corpse was inside the chest. That wouldn't exactly be the greatest prize, but okay. So now with that done, that brings me to quests we have not yet completed. There is Collection Quest 2, which has us looking for Bright Figs. I don't have any Bright Figs whatsoever, so I think I'm gonna go trade for those. Ooh, ouch. As a warning, Bright Figs are pretty darn costly. I only have 1 item that can be traded for that, so there we go. Completed the Collection Quest 2 in Tephra Cave by trading with Liliana here in front of Dunban's house. So, we're leaving Tephra Cave. That means that I'm going to be filling in the whole Collectopedia and showing you what I can get. Well, I was able to complete 4 rows of it, and I'll show you on screen right now how that turned out for me. Just what prizes I was able to get, but you might notice I have 2 rows incomplete. And the problem with that is that a lot of the easiest trades for Tephra Cave items just aren't available to you yet. So for the time being, I think we're just going to not complete this one. I completed as much as I could, but if you want to go around grabbing item orbs, feel free, but a lot of the people in Colony 9 that trade these items require 4 stars, and while you have built up a lot of affinity with Colony 9, by doing all these quests in Tephra Cave and in the colony itself, I've only gotten up to 2 stars, so I guarantee you don't have 4-star affinity yet. So because of that, I'm not completing this quite yet. I will be going over Tephra Cave's Collectopedia at a later time, and when that does happen, just like last time, you'll be able to see all the trades in the description of the end slate. Now, this brings me to one last thing. This Defense Force soldier over here at this panel. The one who we helped out with all kinds of different things. You know, he wanted us to get the Arachno Silk for him, wanted us to look for his buddy. Because we did all those favors for him, I want to give you a little something to say thanks. On the way back from Colony 6, I found something and hid. I've been planning to go and get it sometime. I'll tell you where it is, you can go and get it if you're interested. What do you think it is? Could you go into more detail? Shulk, that defeats the whole point. Yeah, we might be able to help. Yeah, we might be able to help take something off your hands, man. Alright, so it's a secret. I'm pretty sure it'll come in handy. Are you sure it'll come in handy? When so far as to hide it, it must be quite important. But I want you to have it. I'd feel much better if I knew someone was putting it to good use. So we have a thank you right here. This quest just has us exiting Tephra Cave onto the knee and looking immediately on the left to find an item that he's giving us. Simple, right? Well, if we say no to this quest, I'm giving you something for free. Why would you turn me down? Sorry, I'm a little busy right now. Wow, way to sound like a jerk. A dirk. What's a dirk? It's like a dick plus a jerk. Now is not a good time. I'm sorry. And he says all this right in front of him. Okay, in all seriousness, I will accept this. I just wanted to show that text because that is really funny. So there we go. It's hidden on the ground on the left just as you leave this cave. You'll be able to find it if you look hard enough. All right. No problem. Leave it to me. Yes, leave it to Shulk to receive a free item. Sounds like it. Okay. So that does it. That is every quest in Tephra Cave I wanted to knock out. We completed the Collectopedia as much as we possibly could. So let's head on over to Villia Lake because there's another quest I want to accept there. Okay, no, not really. I think we were pretty tame with quests, and that was all I really wanted to take care of. I'll show you on screen right now what my quest log is looking like if you want to compare it, but yeah, I'm just heading here because near the cave exit. Over there, there's a unique monster that there's no quest for. It's a gluttonous Eugen. Sounds like it was supposed to be Eugene, but it stopped one letter shy. I don't know. It's probably a name over in Europe or something like that. I don't know. European names are weird. I say this and I have a European name myself. Anyway, there is an ether crystal deposit over here behind this waterfall, or underneath this waterfall, rather. I'm sorry, I'm so used to collectibles being behind waterfalls that I guess I just said that out of habit. Alright. Well, now that we showed that, I want to head up these vines, and I'll meet you guys back at the Arachno Queen's nest. And now that we're back here, we can use those liquids from her bowels or whatever it was we got to melt that sticky arachno web. Now we can go through. And after this long hike, a bunch of tough battles, up there is the light at the end of the tunnel. Let's step outside.
Wow.
No matter how many times I see this, I never get used to it.
On the other side of those clouds.
Yep. It's our enemy. Bionis.
Our enemy.